So here to collect my Aston Clinton to start the week, and it's not ready. It's not been cancelled from last week. So instead I'm doing a Grimsby to Auto Trail, which is ready. It was meant to be a job for someone for tomorrow. The old trailer's quite high, so if I can get that in there. 4.775 for the stillages that are on here. So it's a bit of a beast. So in the meantime, I've just had my half-hour break and then crack on up to Grimsby. Come on, mate. What a fine haircut he's got. Yeah, so off to Grimsby now. Usually, if I'm doing a Grimsby, I'll be leaving the yard about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to get through all this nonsense. But being as I left a lot later, obviously, I've got to stick with it. So, I mean, the sat-nav was originally saying a 25-minute delay. I was thinking, oh, flipping heck, this is not good, but has dropped considerably. So it's probably only about 10 minutes now. It's just always shockingly bad through here, isn't it? I don't suppose there's really an answer to it, how you can cure the problem. I don't know how easy it'd be to put some sort of bypass around it. Probably difficult. So I mean, just looking now, it's just red lines everywhere, so maybe something's happened, I don't know. So yeah, so it's going to be up to Grimsby, tip and reload, then I presume back to Horham, where it's come from, to drop the trailer because it'll have the empty stillages on, pick my one up that I took over there this morning, and then head back to the yard, I guess. It's a shame I didn't know, because I could have not bothered taking a trailer over because the trap unit had been left uncoupled over the weekend, although the boss had asked for it to be coupled up for me. No one had bothered. There we go, it's not the end of the world. So it's Tuesday now. So all I did yesterday was me Grimsby and then back. So it's nothing exciting. Stopped at 45 on the way back. So by the time I got back to where I loaded from, the gates were locked, so I had to get the code to go in and change my trailers. Back, so fairly late finish. So today it was just up to Norwich to load. 7 o'clock this morning for Corby. I'm going to I-Force, which sounds terrible. It probably is, because it looks like a gigantic warehouse, so I expect it to be awful. I suppose expect the worst, and if it's any better, then that's the result, I guess. We'll see. I've got a feeling I actually delivered the I think it was the racking or something like that when they were building it. I think that's what, might be the same place, I'm not sure. In the dim midst of time, I expect they've got big warehouse mentality with this country, which is disgusting really. Sitting people about for ages for no apparent reason. Anyway, let's not be negative. They might be all right. You know, it started raining again this morning, which we really don't need. So it's kind of eased off where I am here. I'm just hoping it's not too bad back at home. It's not really. Although some of the water's gone, there's still an awful lot about. It wouldn't take too much to top it all up again, which I don't really want to happen. Speaking to a mate of mine, he where he works, which is where I used to work many years ago, from the time it started coming over the top of his rigger boots, within an hour and a half that was up to his nipples, and he's 6 foot something. That's how high the water got, and quickly. It was just carnage. What you've seen on the video was just nothing really in comparison to what others had, as I'm sure I've mentioned. Just unbelievable. So that's the future really. building on floodplains and putting tarmac and concrete everywhere isn't a good idea, really. I suppose building planners don't really care because they don't live in these houses, do they? So perhaps more people get their drains cleared more regularly. If that will help, I don't know. Because the council aren't going to do anything, are they? Let's be honest. About as much use as a handbrake on a canoe. Oh dear, anyway. Think positive. Yeah, tip here, don't know what's next. I'm guessing, because I'm only at Corby, it'll probably be run back. Maybe there's a little load to do this afternoon, or perhaps even load for tomorrow. Unless there's a collection somewhere, but it doesn't tend to happen with a localish job like this. Oh, excuse me. On the plus side, if I'm on a bay, it means I haven't got to fight about opening the curtains to tip it. Think positive. I presume it will be on a bay, the size of the place. I'd be shocked if it's tip outside, but you never know. It's been quite a while since I've been to Corby. From memory, it's just loads of Scottish people here. That's what always struck me about Corby. Oh, yeah. Oh. Perhaps it's Europa I'm going to. I don't know. Midlands Logistic Park, which is what I want. Ah, I see. Damn, I was hoping it's Europa. Because Europa at Minworth, fine. I don't mind going in there. I can see I-Force in front of me. Right. Have a chat with security then. Oh, well, I take it all back. So I've just got to put my keys and the paperwork on the back, and they'll tip it. So that's all right. So I'm gonna sit in the cab, listen to Popmaster. Everybody's happy. Well, that took nearly 3 hours. So I was just sat there waiting. The forklift eventually came out. So there's some pallets up the front that are double stacked. We just need to drop them down. So can you open your curtains? Yeah, no problem. So I opened the curtains, dropped the pallets down, done the curtains back up. They finished tipping it. Got a green light. No sign of nobody, no paperwork, no keys. Nope, they'd just gone on break and left me sat there. Cheers. There we go. So anyway, I eventually got my stuff, and now heading back to Halesworth to load a trailer to run out to someone tomorrow. So that'll do. So it'll be an early finish but an early start, I expect, but it's not the end of the world. But whilst I was sat there waiting, one of the group chats I'm on, there's been a crash just where that Billingford pub and flood was Friday. Just past that, there's been a crash. So hopefully by the time I get there, it's just going to be a good hour and a half or so at least till I'm there. Hopefully that'll all be gone and cleared up. Marvellous. So fairly simple day anyway. Well, this is a bit of an unholy hour. Well, it's now 5 o'clock, but the alarm went off at 4:45. I'm heading down to Thurrock Services to do a trailer change. Then go and tip that at Chelmsford. And then run up to Norwich to do a Norwich and a Corston. So, got to be at Thurrock at 7 o'clock. It's kind of not an easy one to gauge. There's my old mate Mr. Nolloff. Give him a little toot as we go past. I expect the phone will ring. I'm nice and empty. Well, it ain't empty. I'm light, so I'll zip round him. The mighty straw wagon, potentially, if this thing will get going. Box, come on. Shows what a difference it makes, doesn't it, with a manual gearbox. Compared with an auto on eco mode. Yeah, so that should be my day. But yeah, it's a case of if you leave a bit later, there's a lot of roadworks on the A12, probably get snagged up in them. So if I leave a bit earlier, I'm going to be early at the moment. I'll get in there, get my trailer, drop and have a quarter of an hour break. Or if Willow, who I'm changing over with, is up and about and wants to, he can drop his and we can get going. We'll see. So, Wednesday morning. Went down to Thurrock Services. Across or not? Yeah, got down there. Well, got held up on the A12, which I'd left enough time, luckily, to just about, so I wasn't late. Changed over, got the paperwork. And the paperwork said for Widford, Ware, Hertfordshire. I was like, well, that's different to what I've been told. So. Messaged the boss and said just go with it, I'll sort it out. And yeah, been a bit of an oversight or something's not quite right, so yeah, rather than go to Chelmsford, it's I should have gone then. It's actually just outside of where I'm going to, so but it's a full load of coal, so she's a bit sluggish. And it's now just about 8 o'clock, so it's kind of busy time, so getting across this here a bit of dual carriageway probably won't be too easy. I'm about 3 miles from where I need to be. This junction's going to be a real pain. I really didn't want was some wheel spin, which is what I got.
So recording the podcast last night with Dougie from Truck and Driver, and apparently, I mean, as of next year, the lane departure warning system that was fixed to trucks, that most people get in and turn it off almost straight away, which is really annoying. I think as of next year, you're not going to turn it off on new trucks. So when you come down a road like this, you can't turn it off, and every time you go across that white line, it's going to be going dilla, which is going to be really, really annoying. So, something to look forward to, isn't it? Really should be set so it comes on only like plus, speeds over say 45 miles an hour. It's coming down here, you don't need to know that you're over the white line, because you have to be. Anyway, that's the way it's all going. So, yeah, once it's here, I'll be back to Norwich. So just a bit later than planned, I guess. Nice down here, isn't it? You better on that bike. You what? Yeah, too right.
Goodness for that. God, you really need to come down here, you full beam on. So stick there, walk down. Yeah. Let's get off the road. So, drop one done in Norwich. Now up to Corston, which I know I've filmed before because it's Broadland Wines, which is through the little village, which it's very picturesque but very truck unfriendly as such. So this is sort of part of my training route along here. Just sort of behind me is Vulcan Road, which I think I filmed the other week, I think. This road here is Pfeiffer's Lane, and behind me going the other way you've got a small roundabout with what they called, like red brick weave in the middle, which has got a very worn out solid white line on it which you can't go over. So that's one thing for people to practice. Although with the Arctics and Martins they're only little dumpy trailers, so they go around piece of cake, whereas one like this you just wouldn't. So yeah, which then leads you, if you come around that and comes round to Vulcan Road, and then down Vulcan Road where you have to give way. It's all good fun. And this takes me out to the NDR, which I did get told what it stood for the other week by Carol, who's the boss lady. I can't think what Northern Directional Relief Road, I think it is, something like that. But it doesn't go all the way around, but I think they are planning on making a start on that now, or soon, which will mean if you're coming from like the west, you'll be able to rather than have to come into town and up through here to get to say Cromer and all of Norfolk, you'll be able to jump straight on the NDR dual carriageway and just head around, which will make it a lot easier if they do that. Yeah, so a nice little beetle out to Corston. Then I guess it'll just be head back to the yard, unless I'm loading for tomorrow. Oh yeah. Oh well. Next left. I don't want next left. It's no good for me. Oh! Good bit of parking. Roundabout there, mate. Park it round about there. No, that's not quite what I meant. That Kestrel's going to come out on film or not? I had to get the camera on and see the little FL10 going the other way. I was just thinking before I caught this tractor up, just how quiet it is. I'm coming down the A143, it's 10:15 on a Thursday morning. I'm just heading for March, a load out of Halesworth this morning. And I've barely seen a truck going the other way. It's so quiet. Even sugar beet trucks, which could well be tipping at the moment, depending on, you know, what time of the day it is and whatnot, but seldom few trucks. I've just seen a whole bunch of them, but before that, I think since I've come from Dis, I think I've seen maybe 2, I think, just barely anything. Well, that was really well done. I discussed this with a friend of mine who I saw last week. He's on a day boat out of Harwich today, which is never as busy as a night boat, because obviously a night boat works for a lot more people, but you get a lot of people who were on the waiting list for last night's boat who go on the day boat, and because it's cheaper you get a lot of the cheaper haulage options that are out there on the boat. But today he's on there and there's 12 other trucks on it with him, which is really, it's like a weekend really. It's fiendishly quiet. So some interesting times ahead, I would say. I know on here there's a truck emptying Workington, I think it was, yesterday. Couldn't find a backload to East Anglia at all, so he's coming back empty. The outbound loads aren't so bad, but the actual reloads are really quiet. So I think we're in recession and nobody wants to admit it. So there we go. It's, yeah, funny times. Super job, thank you very much. Yeah. See you again, suit you. Cheers, bud. Ta-da. Right. That's better than trying to screw it round. As you can see, when I turned into this road, I thought, well, this is what it says, and it's a building site, so I hope it's at the end. And luckily it was, but there was nowhere to turn round. I got there, it was raining. They were literally then about to go home, being rained off. And don't try and turn. No, no, no. What on earth you... God, if you just gone past the junction and then waited. Reverse back. Hopefully they're not going to try and sneak down. That's that's right, they've gone. So, yeah. Anyway, I got there. They sort of looked at me. What you got? It's like, oh, a load of fencing, followed by an awful lot of expletives. Oh, have you got a moffat to take it off? Nope. I was told you got a telehandler. Awful lot more expletives. Basically, what happened was, is nobody had told them it was coming, and they had told whoever had ordered this at whatever point. They had told them that it's got to be on a rigid and not an Arctic, which obviously didn't get passed down the line to whoever at whatever point. So an awful lot of miscommunication, a lot of shouting and swearing from one person. The other chaps weren't too fussed, because they said, well, we were going to go home, we're on a tracker, so we'd lost money, we'll get a couple more hours out of the job now, so they're quite happy to tip me. So right, let's just quickly see which way the sat-nav's saying to go. Up to King's Lynn and across. Alright, we'll do that then. For a bit of a change of oh no, do I want to go that way? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just change of scenery. I'll regret it the moment I get on the A47, I know it, but there we go. So so yeah, they tipped me. Took a couple of hours because I had to go to like the other end of the site and I couldn't get anywhere near the site. So yeah, so I'm now leaving there to head back. Be back about 4:30 time, something like that. Just filled my day out. Yeah, that'll do. Lovely old job. So I came, yeah, as you know, Dis down at 143 to Bury, so this will just make a change. Heading back this way, as such, as much of a change it will be. Anyway, I'll turn this off and get cracking. Woohoo, it's Friday. Saying that now, I've potentially had all my work for the rest of the year cancelled, which doesn't bode well. It's basically I'm going to try and find something else. If not, then I think the chap will honour it. But I'd rather be working. And anyway, that's another story for another day. It's thoroughly dull. Like today, really. Look at this weather. Look, it's not really cricket, is it? Why don't you go across, mate? I was hoping it might be a nice sunny day. There we go. So I'm off to Corston first again, same as the other day. So somebody must have put a big order in for some drinks. Blooming rival training companies, look, dumping their bloody trailers. I don't think they have an actual depot as such. They just abandon all their trailers along here. This is going to be a swine to get around, isn't it? So go and do a Corston, then come back. 2:05, look, and then load for Redgrave, which is just outside of Dis. Right, if you wait there, mile, mate, I'm coming through. So fairly simple Friday anyway, and then just go and load a trailer for Ed for Monday, and then just hoping. Should have a phone call this morning and say whether somebody can help me out, because it's just, I'm sure I discussed it the other day, it's really quiet out there. We're well and truly into recession, but the news have decided to focus on other things to keep the people distracted. So people always need to eat and drink, just going to play it by ear a little bit really. That online course I mentioned the other week, if I get a bit of downtime I can sort of get my head into that, so it's not all doom and gloom. I've got plenty of other bits and pieces to be getting on with at home, but I just need something to keep paying the mortgage, so we'll see. Something always turns up. Oh mate, you out, kind. Not even a oh. Nearly spoke too soon. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Yeah, so that should be my day. I was told to be at Thompson's where I loaded at 7 o'clock, so I was there at 7. There's a chap loading, so just had to wait for him for 40 minutes. So, typical. So I'm kind of expecting a bit of rush hour traffic into Norwich, but I've only got to sneak around the ring road, so once I get down here to the roundabout, should hopefully be fairly simple, because as soon as once I'm round that a little way, it's out of the city, heading into the sticks again for Causton. So anyhow, I'm going to stop this for now and see how the morning pans out. So it's me tipped. Now I've got to head back, change trailers. Just keep on coming down the middle of the road. Brilliant. If only people would look beyond their bonnet, eh? That's too much to ask, isn't it? Anywho, back out the 143, back the yard, drop and swap, go and load. Now I don't know if I've got to go and load another one, or whether that's going to be that. And I'll be up the road next week now. Certainly for the start of the week anyway. Don't know. This is a bit of a sort of a junction. Can't see a thing around there. Had a phone call this morning, am I still free for next week? So certainly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hopefully that will go into Thursday, Friday as well. Time will tell next week. Don't worry about that next week. So hoping to get done at a good time today, because George Bennett's book is out, called Into the Distance, which I pre-ordered at my local bookshop. It's come in today, and George used to be the editor of Truck and Driver magazine, and he used to done I think a year on Middle East, and then various other things. So that'll be a really interesting read, and it's got photos in it as well. So I'm hoping to get that picked up today, because I'm probably not going to have time tomorrow. Saturday's pretty stacked out, so we'll see how we get on today. Hopefully if I can get done at a good time and get everything I need to get done, I can then pop to the pub. That'd be nice. Anyway, I'm going to sign this one off here, because this just takes me out to the 143. Well, I hope it's been an interesting one. Funny old week. And let's see what happens next weekend.